Hey, what's going on everyone? It's the Chaz here bringing you another video on Duel Links, and today I will be going over an Odion deck that I have been using in PvP. It's been doing me pretty well. I've called it Roast Rabbit because I use rabbits in it. As you can see, I'll just go over the deck for you. It's been doing me pretty well. I'll show you some clippets of me beating Relinquish and Harpy decks, the two most annoying decks and the ones you'll bump into the most. And yeah, this deck has almost got me to Platinum, and then through Platinum I'm going to probably get to King Games with it. Chain Reaction, if you remember that, a while back everyone used it, but no one uses it anymore, but I've revisited it, and it's still a really good skill to have. So I'm just running the 3 burning lands to get rid of field spells and burn like crazy. It's one of the best cards. I'm running 3 upset goblins, gives me 500 life points back, plus takes 500 from them, so it helps with the burning lands. Golden apples help me stay alive, and I usually just use them for defense, not attacking. Jar agrees to draw more. I've got the attack and receives because they can do some serious damage with chain reaction, and the enchanted javelins to chain with the apples to gain insane amounts of life. And the 2 monsters we're running are the rabbits, just to poke at the life points. It attacks directly, then goes straight back to your hand, so you don't need to worry about relinquishes or anything like that. And it works pretty well. I'll go into the duel arena, or the PvP arena, whatever it's called, and I'll show you 2 clippets of a relinquish deck that I faced and a harpy deck that I faced. First one I'll show you against harpies because it's going to be like people think that it's going to be the major counter, but it just completely stomps them, especially if you open up with a burning lands early. It can completely devastate your opponent. Like, when I went into this duel, it doesn't show it in the replays, but my opponent was that cocky because I was using an Odion deck. They kept spamming voice lines all the time, ever since, like, the first freaking battle. Well, they've put down, like, 1 card, and then they just started spamming voice lines like crazy, not knowing that they're facing me with an Odion deck. That's insane. As you can see, they've got the harpies hunting ground, like most of them do. There's my opening hand with 1 rabbit. I've got a pretty strong opening hand there. So I go first, which is amazing, especially if you open up with burning lands, because it destroys the harpies hunting ground, then they can't destroy your traps by playing harpies, and all the monsters get weakened. So I set the javelin because javelins are great. Plus I got the Jar of Greed right there as well for draw power, plus they'll take 200. And burning lands, they take 500, and then by activating Jar of Greed I draw a card and they take 200 as well. 1 second, my throat's a little bit groggy. So right there's 700 damage. They'll activate their Sonic Duck, a really strong 1700 attacking monster, but I can just javelin it, so I can keep all my life points. And they take 200. And I drew into an apple, which is amazing. Because if they don't have order to charges, there's no way they can get over it, unless they run Harpy Sisters. But most Harpy decks don't run Harpy Sisters. You only see a few with the Elegant Egotist set. So right now I can just attack directly with my rabbit and then return it to the hand. This duel doesn't last too long, and it's really good for a burn deck. There's another 500. They summon Birdface. See, they're that scared of the deck they've thrown the duck into defense, which was the worst mistake they could have made, because they probably thought I had a windstorm, but instead I'm going to chain 2 apples together. They'll take 400, plus I'll have some defense right now. I think I actually do attack the duck just to get it off the field. I'm not too sure. There's the goblin, and this is game right here. Because the rabbit's going to attack directly for 700, and then on their turn they'll take 500 damage. So I summon, attack, goes back to my hand, I end my turn, and just like that, I take out a harpies deck. And this is in high gold because I'm almost at platinum. I think it was gold 3 or 4, not high gold then. Well, medium gold level. And the other one, relinquish, is so weak. So weak. Because the relinquish monsters, if you think about it, the relinquish can't do anything without absorbing. And the only monsters relinquish runs is Odion of the 1,000 Hands, which has 1,400 attack, and Sonic Bird, that also has 1,400, I think, or 1,600, not too sure. I don't know why this is of his perspective, but let's just go with it. I actually have no idea why this is at his perspective. Oh well, we get to see what cards he had. But that's me on the opponent side. And the reason why I've got 5 extra cards is just to bluff the fact that it might be a cost 0 Odion deck. So they get more scared to attack me, get my life points below 1,000, just in case I do summon blue ices. But my deck's based on burn. It's just there to trip them out. But we're going to see this relinquish deck from the relinquished person's perspective. I think I opened up with a burning lands as well. But as you can see in this duel, it got a little bit unfair because I drew all 3 of my golden apples really early. Like, one of them is enchanted javelin and the other one's an apple. So what I do is wait for him to attack me directly, activate the javelin, so I take no damage, and then golden apple, and then I have 5,000 life points. As you can see, he's just doing the normal relinquish stuff. I don't know what this glitch is of watching it from his perspective, but because I saved it in my own. But as you can see, he's got all of the basic relinquish deck pieces. I activate the enchanted javelin. Takes 200. He attacks me for 1,004, and then I golden apple. And because the only basic monster that he has that can get over it is Thunder Dragon, he has to bring a Thunder Dragon out. I was thinking, wait, he could absorb my token with relinquish, but if relinquish absorbs a token, I think it still stays at 0 attack, if I'm correct. So I activated Jar of Greed, more draw power for me. And I'm just whittling down his life points. So he activates that to tribute, to take control of my token, to, like, basically leave my field open. So he can get a direct attack in. But little does he know I've got another golden apples down. I think it ends with him disconnecting because he lost to an Odion chain burn deck. And when you're almost at platinum and people see a Odion chain burn deck, they usually just laugh at you, not thinking that it's going to be weak, but in fact it can be really strong. So as you can see, upset Goblin, his health's whittling down right now. I think I pulled the rabbit right now, I'm not sure. Oh no, I didn't. But as you can see, he's got 1,200 life points, and he tries to get rid of my burning lands right now, I think. But he doesn't get lucky enough to flip the 2 heads. He goes in for the attack, attacks me directly, and there's the last golden apples. There's 200 damage to him, 500 life points, and all I have to do is end my turn. I draw, and boom. Wait. I set a card, and then I end my turn, and game over. As you see, it's really strong against harpies and relinquish, and them decks you'll bump into the most in Gold League, and most likely in Platinum. For you guys right now, I'll do another battle. As you can see, I lost against a harpy deck right there. I was trying to use a Rex Raptor deck to see if that works, but it doesn't. And then that win was the relinquish duel against my chain reaction. So let's jump in and do a live one and see how it goes. Hopefully we can get a harpy deck or a relinquish so I can show it you live. We'll just see what we get. If I'd like to load in, that is. So we're going against a Yami, so I'm gonna guess not spellcaster. Obviously spellcaster, but gravekeepers. There's the power of the dog. That's gonna power up my apples. First burning land. This is a pretty strong opening hand. If it is gravekeepers, yeah. He plays really defensively into an offensive deck. Like with the recruiters and the priestesses into the big oracles and chiefs and stuff. And the good thing about attack and receive is even if he doesn't attack me, I can activate it because burning lands will hit me. Because with some people, they realise if they attack me, I can activate my traps, so they refuse to attack. But burning lands helps with that. And if they want to get rid of it with a twister, that's an extra 500 off the life points. So it looks like he's stalling, or he hasn't drawn the gravekeepers he needs. So this is free burn, basically. So right now I'm going to take 500. And then I'll be able to activate my attack and receive as well. And then I'll do my combo of golden apples and javelin. So when he attacks me, I've gained life points instead of taking any whatsoever. It'll take me over 4,000 probably. And right now I can just start chipping away, unless that's something that can stop me. After this duel, I'll showcase the deck one more time just in case you want to try it out. It is pretty good. And as you can see, it's almost got me to platinum as well. And then I'm going to use it try and use it all the way through platinum as well. Because in platinum it's the same decks, it's the same relinquish and harpy decks. Especially against Shine Ball decks, it'll do well because they have to pay life points to activate. What's its name? Well, they have to pay 500 life points to get the Shine Balls on the field, and that'll just power up. There's a recruiter. And the reason why he's put the recruiter into attack is because he knows he has to do anything possible. He's playing irrational now. Because he knows he has to try and kill me. He'll probably die next turn now. So I activate that. I took life points so I can activate apples because he attacked me directly. He's got 800. There's another apple for defense, and I can do the exact same combo again in case he brings out a priest. Not a priest, an oracle. So I'll set down the javelin. The one thing I can that I've noticed is Sergeant Electro might shut you down, but I haven't faced any Sergeant Electros yet. So I'm gonna look for a way to counter Sergeant Electro somehow. I'm gonna make like different versions of his deck. Maybe one with Angel 07 to stop effects and stuff. I don't know yet, but I'm gonna attack directly right now. I'm gonna attack directly. One sec. So he activates the enemy controller to stop my rabbit, but that's okay, it's going to go straight back to my hand. Right now we'll probably look at a chief or an oracle. Either way we're safe. We win this turn, I think. I can't see any way that we don't win this turn. And if he just ends his turn with one. Here we go, here's the tribute. Into the oracle. I think he's going to go for the one that gains attack. Oh, he's got. For some reason, he wanted to put my token on 0. That's fine. The best bet for him then is to power up his Oracle. Oh, he's lost. He's going to summon the Spearsman. Or not. He's trying everything right now to try and get through me, because he knows next turn he loses. He special summons. Anything else? Double summon again. Okay, he's properly trying to go in now. It's not going to work for him though. Alright, he's just activating him because they're there. He knows he's lost. So we'll gain 2,000 life points. He's got 100 life points left as well. If he attacks me directly, I activate apples, he dies, or if he doesn't attack me, he surrendered. So in this video, I covered this deck beating harpies, this deck beating gravekeepers, and this deck beating relinquish. It can do quite a lot of stuff. It's pretty cool. And it's the fact that with the nerf coming to switcheroo as well, I'm going to be showcasing a few more decks that you can run if all you knew is how to switcheroo and all that good stuff. Now you'll be able to like pick up ideas of what other decks you can use instead of switcheroo. There's the extra crispy deck that I showcased yesterday, and this one's the toast rabbits, even though I meant to have called it roast rabbits, but okay. So there's the deck on screen. If you want to copy it, it's right there for you. It's really, really fun. If you do use it, leave a comment down below, tell me how it went. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, it helps out the channel. Leave a comment down below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.